Hello and welcome once again to WKNI TV, your community television station, Good News, Covington County. And today we have a guest that we see on here often, not often enough though. We have Miss Wanda is all I'm going to call her by, but I'm going to get in trouble for this. But anyway, she's a wonderful lady that comes on with her leader dog. Am I correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Harley. And I know it's Scroggins. It's Wanda Sasser Scroggins.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I just wanted to play with her for a second. She's been mean to me, people. She's not as innocent as she looks, I'm here to tell you. Boy, am I in trouble now. Anyway, welcome to the show, Miss Wanda. I've got my hand out.
Thank
there you go.
Thank you for inviting us once again.
You're welcome. And we enjoy having you, and we enjoy Harley. And we've had a lot of fun before we came on the air. And you have got, I was telling her folks earlier, she's got such a wonderful outgoing personality, and she's, got this great sense of humor. And boy, I'll tell you, and she's very active in the community. So that all helps. So anyway, Miss Wanda, tell us a little about some of the stuff that's going on. We know you've got an event coming up with the, we've been announcing it here in February. And let us know a little bit about that and what's happening. What's that called?
Skill Ability Day.
Okay, let me stop right there.
Okay.
Skill Ability. I thought it was like skee ball or something like that, when I was reading it, and I said, no, wait a minute, now I have to take this back and say that Wanda, Dirk, and Rachel had something to do with this, okay? So skill meant doing something that you have a skill at, and ability because you have the ability to do it or to learn the ability to do it. Is this correct?
That is correct.
So I've learned. So you have taught me well. And I feel like wax on, wax off,
Okay. Grasshopper.
There you go. See, folks, I knew it wouldn't last long. I knew it. Say, we were having way too much fun before we came on the air. But Wanda, I know Dirk and Rachel and you have a real, I don't want to say it's a pet peeve, okay, but y'all get really wanting people that have challenges in their physical life to come forward and get involved and do things. Is that correct?
Yes. As I have mentioned probably on air many times, whatever you have a disability or a trauma in your life, if you can ever find a peer group or support group that specialize in your tough or trials of your life, you'll find yourself accepting and believing things will be better and you'll have hope for a better and brighter future. And that is one reason why we organize the Covington County Blind and Low Vision Outreach Group, or the Covington County VIPs, which is visually impaired.
There you go. Well, I like that. And y'all, really, you've gone through leaps and bounds over this past year since we've been getting involved with you, of trying to do different events, trying to get people to become aware, and that there are ways for folks to get help and support in their disability. And you guys, I'm sitting here talking to you, and do you mind if I go back to some of the stuff we talked about your disability? Okay?
Keep it PG.
Yeah. We won't talk about anyway.
Yes.
Anyway, we won't talk. No, that's gone. That vision is gone from mine. But in 1997, you were very self-sufficient. You had perfect eyesight. You had everything going on for you in your life. You were in a very good job position. You were professional, and you were in an industry that you were allowed to travel all over the world and do different things. And then, I mean, this is like unheard of unless there's an accident, okay? That all of a sudden, I don't know if you woke up, but all of a sudden one day, you're blind.
I woke up with a migraine. and the migraine just kept increasing. I drove myself to work, could not read my computer screen for some unknown reason. I was 41 years old, so I thought, oh my gosh, I'm finally old and need little cheater peeper things, and called my next door neighbor, who is an optometrist, and said, can you work me in after hours, and let's get this fixed, because I knew I couldn't continue not being able to read my computer. And that's the day, January 7th, 1997, was the day I was told, Wanda, you're blind. Just
Wow,
that shocked,
just like that.
Just like that, and he was as shocked as I was. But my response to him is, oh, well, we got a magic pill, magic surgery. What can we do to resolve this? Because of all the headline news and things that are medical science, we think of a cure is
Right.
always available. And I was told there was no cure available.
So you have no idea what the onset was, whether, it just happened.
Just happened.
And there's no, you're not diabetic, you're not, See, I'm worried about it because I'm a diabetic.
Correct.
And I just went and had my eyes checked here this past month, and the eye doctor knows I'm a diabetic, and he says, well, there's some pressure buildup in your eyes.
Mm-hmm.
That scares me. And when I say scares me, it makes you aware that something's not right. And and my vision has gone worse from years ago to where it is today. But again, it's like you're saying, hey, I'm 40. I'm not 40, but I'm 40, and I'm getting older, and that's part of the deal. But all of a sudden, you just woke up, migraine, go to work, boom, you're blind.
Never had a headache before. I don't even have headaches now.
Wow.
And it was just a very interesting day. But
Obviously, it shocked you, but how long did you stay depressed and removed from society?
I stayed mad, very mad, angry. A lot of reasons for that, though, was number one, no resources, or no known resources that I knew of. Number two, not knowing how to deal with such a dilemma, and still seeing myself healthy because I felt great still. What was I going to do with my life? How was I going to raise my children? My idea of someone losing their eyesight is, that's when DHR was really big about taking children away from homes and things like that. All I could see was my 3 children being taken away from me, and being institutionalized, and I just thought all these weird things, are being a beggar on the street downtown Birmingham. And I knew I couldn't sing. I wasn't Ray Charles or Ronnie Millsap. I knew I couldn't sing, so I saw myself being that beggar on the street. That's the icon I thought I would be.
Wow.
And I stayed angry, to answer your question, disturbed about my life, probably easy 7 years before I really, like a light switch went on for me. And I know this is a Christian faith-based TV show, and I finally got myself humble enough I prayed for something about my anger, because my anger is called the wrath of Wanda.
Wow.
And I had anger issues, and it's like most of us, we lash out to the ones we love the most because they live with you. So I feel like I created, unhappy home circumstances for my 3 boys, my parents. I don't know. Maybe I wasn't as bad as I was afraid, but I'm hard on myself. But I do want to point out, I was talking about this, most people do not go total blind like myself and Dirk or Margaret Gross. I don't think she's been on the show. Most people in this community is low vision. And Skillability Day is about low vision.
Not totally blind, just low vision. So
That's what
partial vision.
That's what we're going to concentrate mostly on, because we're rare. We're rare. We're standing out because we are so rare. But most people in the community over the ages of 55, and that's the majority of our community, do have low vision of some type, whether it's diabetes, macular degeneration, glaucoma, cataracts, age-related diseases. Most of us in Covington County have that. 1 out of 10. That's the known statistic. 1 out of 10 adults over 55 will be low vision to some degree.
So we're looking at low vision for scalability, and you went through a process where you had no idea, and there's folks out there that this may have happened to, okay, or maybe going through a low vision situation right now, and they can be getting mad. They'll be upset that there's no support, efforts out there, but yet, hopefully this TV station and your willingness and others in the situation will come out and say, hey, here we are. So scalability, we're not looking at total blindness, but we're looking at partial difficulty in vision. Is that a good way to explain it?
Yes. Now, we can help those who are what we would call blind, but we really want to concentrate on the low vision in our community. It's the people you're dodging in the Walmart parking lot, are the people who are no longer going to church at night or attending functions in our community at night because their night vision is way off for some reason. They haven't really accepted that they can't drive or shouldn't be driving. That might be the key word. They shouldn't be driving, but they're still driving. But there's just everyday, daily tasks that we can help you with, such as pouring a simple cup of coffee first thing in the morning, how it can be done easier and cleaner without having a mess all over your countertops. Just little techniques that will just help your day.
And you don't think about that till you have the inability to do something, or it becomes a new venture to do the same thing that you've been doing every day for all your life. In other words, pouring a cup of coffee. I know how to pour a cup of coffee, and if my vision gets worse, I know how to pour a cup of coffee all over me in the sense of not being able to do the way I used to. And you are here with Scalability to help people get through that. Is that correct?
Yes, we want to teach you about color contrast,
That's interesting. See, color contrast, because I would sit there and I'm looking at my van across the street. It's a bright red van. It's got white lettering on it, and I see the different variations of colors and shapes. But with people with vision challenges, and I hope I said that correctly, they may not see that. They may see all the reds blurring together. There's even color blindness that causes vision impairment. So these are things that don't happen. It's kind of like, really? Did it really happen? And they're there. So with Scalability, you have a process to take them through.
Such as your furniture in your home. I know in the studio, I've been here many times, I know you have light color sofa at least. I think your chair's a different color, maybe, but you have dark around it. So to me, I'm able to I know it's a sofa because I've sat in it many times, but when you do color contrast and you do light on dark or dark on light, and then you're able to find it easier, and it can be from dishes to pots and pans, your clothing in your closet. There's just all ways to apply color contrast theory. And that's what we want to teach.
Things I don't even think about. I mean, I get up every day, I go in the closet, walk in there and pull out a shirt to match my pants, or my pants to match the shirt, and I wear white socks. So I don't have to worry about the sock. But you don't think about that. I mean, I got to be real careful around you because you chop my toes off every time I turn around and do it. but as I would be considering myself a normal vision person, normal sighted person.
I want to say you're not, because you have diabetes, and you already said your vision is, you're not 20/20.
Nope. I'm
You
not.
have corrective lenses. As long as you have corrected
It's like
sight,
corrected wife too. I have one of those.
you have corrected sight.
I had to say that.
You know, when I do this little survey, I do a lot of public speaking, and I ask everybody to take their glasses off while they eat. Just eat without your glasses.
That's messy.
Well, it can be.
Yeah, I know it is.
You know, and I want people to understand that that is what a low vision person is like. And this is a terrible phrase, 'cause you know how we talk about the word handicap.
Mhm.
Mr. Magoo, y'all, everybody
I
remembers
remember
Mr.
Mr. Magoo.
You know, he could get a cat and a skunk confused.
Mhm.
And a lot of low vision people are like Mr. Magoo. They think they see something, but it really isn't that at all. And and we look out of our eyes every day, and many of us do not get our eyes checked or evaluated yearly. We take it for granted. Eyes are an organ of our body, and it's the only organ a physician can see into the health of your body. Like your optometrist or ophthalmologist was able to tell you had diabetes by just looking in your eyes.
Yeah, and then he says, you got a floater.
Uh-huh.
And I'm like, okay.
Well,
Yeah, okay, what's that?
okay, now,
And then he explains,
that's-
you know, and I said, oh yeah, every once in a while I see this thing go by and I'm swatting at it as it goes by, and it's actually in my eye.
That's right.
So vision, we take it for granted,
That's
okay? And I'm not challenged as far as that, the in-depth as some people are. I do have, you know, reading problems, and I do with my vision, and I do have some far away, you know, problems. So I'm kind of like an in-between type vision person. And there's folks out there that see blurry images. The point that I'm trying to make with you being here with Skillability is it doesn't matter what you have. You can have full sight, you can have impartial sight, and you can be totally blind. And this is going to help those individuals. You don't walk in here to WKNI and just say, hey, I'm Wanda, and I know how to fix this. You're actually a counselor, and you're able to help people through this, through your own life and through your own experiences as well. Is that correct?
That's right. I am a licensed rehabilitation counselor, and I have certification in visual impairments. So I took it to the next step, because there's just
From being
not-
an angry person,
Yeah.
okay, mad at the world,
Uh-huh.
and here you go, you know what? I'm not going to be angry no more. I'm going to go out and help people that are worse off than I am.
I went back to school in 2004 and retrained myself, reskilled myself to become a
Wow.
professional with these degrees from Auburn University, War Eagle. And
She had to get that in
know,
there.
I did.
I know it. Hey, just a second. Give me a second, okay?
I know, go Gators.
No, I just had to say give me a second, because, you know, that's the big deal right now.
Give me a second.
Give me a second. Hold on a second. Yeah, Sabian would love to have that second back, wouldn't he? Anyway, this has nothing to do with that, honestly. But when do you see my tattoo? Anyway, see what you done? You
was behaving.
done took me all the way down here. But folks, she really is certified, and she has the ability to take from her lessons that she's learned in life. Now, your family's been very supportive, and we're talking about your sons, and they've been real good with you, have they not?
They have their moments.
Yeah, listen to this.
They have their moments. I have to. It's not easy. It is not
How
easy.
was it? I'm not trying to get into your private business, but here we are talking to people out there that are saying, well, wait a minute, my son, my daughter, they don't understand what I'm going through.
They don't.
Okay, so I'm hitting the right button on that.
Yes, you are.
And they said, well, why can't you do this, Mom? Okay, Mom, you know, this is there. And there's people don't understand. So is there an ability or skill ability for those like with people with Alzheimer's and things like that? There's support groups out there for the people that are the caregivers or the family around them. Can you help with that?
That's exactly who we would like to target, is the family and friends of someone who is going through low vision, so they will understand the coping mechanism or the teaching part that they need to enforce or endorse in their home life or shopping or whatever. But yes, we are here to train that person become a sighted guide, or to learn to use black Sharpie pens with someone with low vision, not to put everything, don't cook everything with the color of white. And we use a meal such as, say, a chicken breast, rice, and cauliflower. For someone who's low vision, they have nothing to aim for.
Wow, I
Put that on a white plate, and there's just nothing there.
I never thought about that.
Yeah.
Wow. See, yeah, I'm learning. Okay,
Yeah.
so you can have the white bread with spaghetti, and you know the bread's there, you know the spaghetti's there, and you know how much we take for granted, and the family and the people that are there in your life, they have to change their lives. They have to, and if they love you, which I'm sure they do, but if they love you, they're going to be willing to change. I grew up, I don't know if I told you, with a brother that was a quadriplegic. Well, did Eddie have a life where I could run out and go do things like the other kids? No. I was a caregiver at a very young age. And he had to have water, he had to have his food, and hand-fed. Okay, we're not talking about just, setting food up and he'd eat. But you had to hand feed him, and you had to make sure he got his water and make sure other things, occurred. And it takes a sacrifice on a family to do that.
It does. It takes, well, today, your brother, if he was alive today, a lot of things would probably be different.
Much different, yes.
For his accessibility issues. But thank goodness we're going in the right direction as Americans.
But with people like you is why it's going forward. Because I've seen you, I've seen Rachel, I've seen Dirk. You're very proactive in this community in getting the word out about this.
We're advocates for this. And it took us deciding to, I call it coming out of the closet, so y'all don't get all excited. We don't mean the other way, but coming out of that deniability closet of having an issue that needs some education and awareness. And you can become social and comfortable in your own skin with just some techniques and better skills. Or just adaptation, just simple adaptations can just change and have less frustration in your life, your daily life.
Wow. So Skillability Day is going to help with this. And see, I didn't know what you were just saying. It's also for those support members in the family to come to. In fact, you really love to have all the support members come in because that's an opportunity for them to see how it really happens. And you can project down the road and help people look for things down the road to help them with what's going on.
We'll have several things happening in Skillability Day, and those that can pre-register, I would appreciate that. So if there's a particular individual skill someone would like to learn, we would like to be able to do that if possible. But if it's not possible on that particular day, we'll do a follow-up with that individual. But we're having it at the Andalusia Public Library in the Dixon Room, which is in the back of the library. That has an attached kitchen to it. It has stairs in the library, and we also have an elevator. So we can teach you skills for mobility, such as stairs, how to deal with stairs, how to deal with the elevator, and we have the sidewalk travel. we're going to have a certified O&M instructor, which is orientation and mobility, and we'll be able to evaluate you if you need a white cane. You cannot go from no ability training to a guide dog. You've got to have great O&M skills before you could ever get a guide dog. So
You got to be prepared. And y'all took me out here a few months back with the white cane and red tip, and I liked to kill myself.
You did great.
Them
It just
potted
took us all
plants,
day.
yeah, them potted plants were murder. But I don't know if you know it or not, they're gone now. They got smaller ones that are lower, so you can trip over them now.
That's
And
good. I like to bounce 2 or 3 times.
I'm just teasing. Yet, no, I'm not. I'm serious. They're about knee high now. So you know, it's interesting. Oh, maybe not higher than knee high, maybe waist high. But my wife's looking around like, yeah, there you go. But anyway, and I learned a lot that day, even though it was a lot of fun with y'all. Folks, I'm going to tell you, okay, being led around the square blindfolded by visually impaired people, or let's just say it how anybody else would say it other than me.
Blind leading the blind.
Blind leading the blind. And it was humorous. It was painful. The fire hydrant was very painful.
Harley didn't think so.
Harley was just fine. He was like, boom. Oh, I'm like, whoa. But I got to walk with Harley some, and it was a good experience. And these are things that's going to be happening here, not the banging and the tripping and walking into the potted plants, but we weren't making fun. We're just sharing what it's like. And I challenge anybody out there that would like to know what it's like to go through what I went through. I'm sure we can arrange it. I mean, you know, just come on by and we'll put elbow pads and knee pads and a helmet on you. But, you know, it's difficult. And I can't imagine not having sight.
Well,
I don't want to know.
a lot of people say that's one of they fear going blind.
Mm-hmm.
I fear being immobile. You know, to me,
Yeah.
that would be worse than being blind, because I have figured out how I can do from shingling a roof to building a birdhouse. You know, I can.
We got birdhouses here. Y'all built those.
Yes, we did. So we have, you know, it's like you just approach it differently. But to me, being in a wheelchair is tough. That's a lot of energy, physical energy all over, and I'm pretty lazy. So I don't know. But Skill Ability Day will start at 10 a.m. That's a Thursday morning, and we're going to run till 2:30 that afternoon. And we hope we're able to provide lunch for everybody attending. We'll see how many shows up, but we hope we'll have lunch provided and prepared by the blind. We are having different specialists come in from the day from vocational rehabilitation from the state of Alabama. They will be supplying us with educators or rehabilitation teachers that day. The O&M certified lady, and she can issue white canes after you pass your evaluations. And it's also, we're going to push library services for the blind or low vision or persons with disabilities. That is a very great service that most people in Covenant County probably can get. Many people pay for Audible books, to get Audible books. If you have a disability or low vision or blind, you can get free Audible books. And we're going to sign people up for library services. We're going to sign you up for what they call OASIS services. That's for people that are over 60 years old who need the services in their homes, like marking appliances, where you can operate your microwave or your stove or your washer and dryer easily. We just
Things
want
we
to,
take for granted. I'm sitting here going, okay, so what's up with the microwave? You push the wrong button and you're going to make a mess.
well, you can't find the button.
Well,
'Cause,
that's
you know,
true
it's
too.
smooth. It's
Yeah.
smooth.
That's right. I never See? Didn't even think about being smooth.
So
Yep.
you have to have tactile markings put on, and we do it with puff paint. We'll mark the 5, like the 5 is marked on your phone. Most old-timey phones have the 5 with a dot on it, and it gives you an orientation of that touchpad where you can go 5 and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 0, and we'll mark your start or you cancel, whatever buttons are on that. And on your wash machine, we'll mark wash, regular wash, gentle wash, the different wash cycles you're interested in using, and the same goes for your dryer. Your thermostat. I have a talking thermostat for my heat pump.
See, I take advantage of all of that because you don't see it as a problem.
No, it's not.
Yeah. The
It's not.
thermostat, I would never have thought about that.
Talking alarm clocks.
Oh, what was that? Dirk had that.
Talking watch.
Yeah, talking watch here that day, and
Yeah.
and I was like, "Are you kidding me?" And then
Talking compass.
not just the compass, but I gotta share this, folks. Dirk goes out in his pontoon boat. He drives his pontoon boat all over the place. He drives it.
He has a talking GPS trolling motor on his
Look at that.
pontoon motor.
Come on now.
And we were the first to put it in Blue Lake for the Extreme Experience Retreat that we hosted this past September to October. And now it's on his home pond, Becky Lake, Dirk and Claire's lake at their home. And I've had the opportunity to go fishing with them on it. And, it's fun. You have a blind captain with blind passengers on the pontoon boat going fishing just like everybody else. So it's
I ain't
fun.
even go there. I mean, I would. I'd have nothing against Dirk. Dirk's a nice guy, but I'd be nervous. I mean, come on,
It's just water. Come on.
Yeah,
What's
but-
the worst it can be? It's just water.
there could be a big boat going across in front.
It's his lake. It's his private pond.
Oh, okay. Whew. Okay. So we're not going on the weekend down to Destin on the pontoon boat.
Give us a chance.
I knew that was coming. I knew it. All right. Skill Ability Day is going to be when?
February the 6th, Thursday, 10 a.m. to about 2:30.
All right. And how does somebody get in touch with you to register?
My name is Wanda Sasser Scroggins. My number is 334-428-3335, 428-3335. Or you can email me, War Eagle Wanda.
I was going to say, I thought it was Roll Tide.
War Eagle Wanda, WAREAGLEWANDA at gmail.com, or Facebook me, Wanda Sasser Scroggins.
Oh, am I on your Facebook?
Probably not. I've liked you.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if I'm friends. I don't know how all that works. But
I
I'm
don't
trying
either.
hard.
I still haven't figured it all out. Well, Wanda, we want you to come back because we're pretty much out of time for this segment. But I want you to come back and I want you to talk about something that is not known much about in this community. And I don't know why, and I don't know whatever. But there's an organization that is all about visually impaired people, and that's called the Lions Club.
That is right.
And there's things going on where you get old glasses and you drop them off in a box, and there's certain I'll tell you what I like. My father-in-law and mother-in-law back in the day, they belonged to Sam's Club, and they take on projects, and they did the training, help train the leader dogs, I believe it was, and that was awesome because they would go out and they'd have get them acclimated, to being around people, and they're not training to be anything other than
Socializing them.
socialize. That's it. And they love doing that, and they got to watch the dog go through the stages and get trained, and then go to the owner and see how it changed that person's life. And my father-in-law used to sit there and just be overwhelmed by telling the stories that he would, and that's pretty cool stuff. But the Lions Club, we do have one here locally.
We do. We
And,
meet every Wednesday. Usually get there about 11:30, but 12 is when the meeting starts. Is at Tabby D's in one of the back meeting rooms. To become a Lion, you need someone to sponsor you. And that is very possible with our group or our club here in Andalusia. Dues run you, there's different parts of dues, but to be an Andalusia Lion, you're probably looking at least $60 a month, maybe $70 a month, because you have to purchase your meal at Tabby
At
D's.
the Tabby D's, okay. So that's like where, who was it? I'm trying to remember. We used to go with them to a couple of meetings, and I think it's the Kiwanians or something like
Quans
that.
and Rotarian, all of them meet out there.
Right, and they, they have that same type setup. But here's a way to help somebody in the community, and I'm making a plea out there to folks that are finding themselves visually impaired, and even on a mild site, please seek support, because if you're going through a process, you don't have to go by yourself, and there's somebody out there that's willing to help. Wanda, Derek, Rachel, and I don't know about Rachel. No, I'm just teasing Rachel. She's cool.
Now, we meet every first and third Thursday. The Covington County VIP, we meet every first and third Thursday of
At
each
the
month.
Dixon Room.
At the Dixon Room at 1 o'clock to 3 o'clock every month.
So there's no reason why people can't find you.
And it's free. That's a free resource of in-house experts on how to do things.
Wanda, we can't thank you enough
Thank you.
for Mr. Harley and you to come in here, and he's gotten really comfortable.
He likes it here.
Yeah, he's on your foot this time. Last time, if y'all remember, my feet were tucked up underneath this chair, and he was sitting on them, and I walked funny for a while. But he's a beautiful, beautiful leader dog. I want to
And
make
he
sure.
was sponsored by Auburn Lions Club. They paid $58,000 for leader
Wow.
dog for him, for me. So
Wow.
they're not cheap dogs, but they are free to the person who is blind.
Harley, let's go.
He's a smooth ride.
He's really wonderful, wonderful feller. I mean, you can't, if you see him out, I told Wanda when she came out, I said, Wanda, you just want to hug the guy and pet on him and love on him, but you can't do that. It could get somebody hurt, the person that's being helped by the animal or the animal itself, or both, and it's not a good thing. We heard a horror story from Derek, and not a good thing.
No.
So, but folks, when you see this young lady out there, tell her she's beautiful. She's hey, guys, okay, we didn't know this, but available, okay. I said it. I'm telling the people out there, and we're not going to go into the description, but believe me, she's a wonderful, wonderful person. So she's certainly good to be around. Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
God
very
bless you.
much.
And if you get a date, let me know.
Oh, you want commission, huh?
No, we're going to start a dating game on here,
Oh,
see?
that would be so much fun.
See, you're liking this way too much.
Speed blind dating.
You don't need to put the petition up, right? Is that what you're saying? Folks, she ain't right, but we love her. What do you do? I mean, she took it there. I didn't.
It's in color.
Blind date, okay?
The dating game.
Folks, remember, keep it real, keep God in it, because I'll tell you, He's an awesome God. And we have people like Miss Wanda coming into our lives and sharing this, and there's lots of folks out there that are going to learn from all this. We appreciate you. God bless you. Remember, the event coming up on what day?
February 6th.
February 6th.
Thursday.
And Skillability. And I hope to see a crowd out there that she's going to say, really? That many people showed up. I want to hear that.
That would be wonderful. That would be a wonderful problem to have,
There you go.
because we can do it.
Remember, folks, this is your community television station, and we're here to serve you. Good news here in Covington County. God bless you.